Alright, let's look at the homework 3.2, problem number 2. Alright, so we want to find the relative max and the relative min. Alright, so let's take the derivative to find the critical numbers. Alright, so f prime of x is equal to, alright, derivative of 2x is 2, minus, right, put 1/3 in front, but 6 is there, so 6 times 1/3 is 2, x, and subtract the 1 from 1/3, so it's a negative 2/3, right? So this is going to be equal to, so first 2 is in common, so it's a 2, and it's going to be 1 minus, let's see, so it's a negative power, so I'm going to put it on the bottom, and it's a 2/3 power, right? Right, then let's see, I'm going to combine those two by finding the common denominator. So it's 2, then times, we have, I'm going to take a common denominator, x to the 2/3 power, right? So 1 is x to the 2/3 over same thing, minus 1, right? And so this is going to be equal to 0. Right, so let's find a critical number. So this is going to be equal to, alright, set the numerator equal to 0, x squared, 2/3 power, minus 1 has to be equal to 0, which means that x to the 2/3 has to be, add 1 to both sides, is equal to 1. So let's see, let's take the, let's cube both sides. Right, you get x squared is equal to 1. Then if you take the square root, you know that x is going to be plus or minus 1. Alright, so this is the critical number of type 1, and there's actually a critical number of type 2, because when x equals 0, f prime is undefined. So f prime of 0 is undefined, which means that x equals 0 is also a critical number. Right, so here's a so we found the 3 critical numbers, so those are critical numbers too. Alright, so we're gonna do a number line here, so just draw a number line. Whoops, let's draw a better one. Let's see, here you go. Alright, then I'm going to put a tick mark for 0 and negative 1 and also a positive 1. Alright, then we're going to look at the f prime of, so anything smaller than f negative 1. So I'm going to try f prime of negative 2. Alright, so if you plug it in here, so this is going to be denominator, so denominator is going to be positive. So if you plug in negative 2 here, so it gets squared, so it's going to be 4, and cube root of 4 is going to be bigger than 1, so it's going to be a positive quantity. So this is going to be positive there. And if you try f prime of anything between negative 1 and 0, so it's negative 1/2. Alright, so if you do that, and you can see that negative 1/2 square would be 1/4, and square root of a cube root of 1/4 is going to be smaller than 1. So you have subtracting 1, so it's going to be negative there. Right? Then if you look at the f prime of 1/2, same reason, that's going to be negative. And if you try f prime of 2, and of course it's going to be positive. Right? So if you look at the f, right, and then we have increase. So I'm going to draw a picture. So f is going to be here, decreasing here, and then here, sorry, the other way around. It's a positive, so it's increasing here, and decreasing here, and still decreasing there, and after that it's increasing, right? So you can see that here at this point you're going to see a local max, and here, so the sign doesn't change, so this is going to be neither. And here you're going to have a local minimum, so I'll just say min. Alright, so let's see, so the maximum, relative max is going to happen at the -1. Right? And if you plug in -1, let's see, what's f of, so I'm going to compute the f of -1 would be, right, -2, and -1 to the cube root of -1 is still -1, so it's going to be +6. So this is going to be actually 4. So -1 comma 4. And let's try f of 1 is going to be 2 minus 6. So it's -4. So it's going to be 1 comma -4. Alright, so let's type it in. Alright, we have -1 comma +4, and we got the +1 comma -4. Alright, let's check the answer. Submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got these ones correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.